Nigerian zookeeper mauled by a lion he had raised since birth. Mr. Olawuyi was a man whose entire life revolved around caring for these wild animals, knowing that they could end his life in seconds. But he trusted these lions because he'd nurtured them since they were cubs. But what happens when that trust shatters? When the boundary between caretaker and predator is crossed in a heartbeat? This is a true horror story of Olawuyi, who loved the animals he had cared for and looked after for over 10 years. Obafemi Awolowo University is a respected institution in Nigeria and also housed a small zoo. A place of curiosity for students, a symbol of education, and a workplace for a dedicated man named Olawuyi. As a veterinary technologist, he had cared for these lions since they were born nearly a decade ago. But on one tragic Monday, a true horror story unfolded, when the line between caregiver and prey was violently erased. Witnesses reported that Olawuyi had entered the lion enclosure for what was a normal and routine feeding time. This had happened every day for over 8 years, and the lions recognized him and responded to his voice. They were always calm and docile, as a bond of familiarity had been forged over time. But on this day, something went terribly wrong, and everything took a disastrous turn. One of the male lions had noticed a door had been left slightly open and took its chance to go through it and attack. Even though the lion had known only kindness from Mr. Olawuyi, it was also a wild animal of power and primal instinct. So in that moment, it could only see prey in front of him, not its caregiver, so the lion lunged at Mr. Olawuyi. In an instant, the lion had jumped onto his body, dragged him down onto the ground, and was biting Mr. Olawuyi's neck. Work colleagues rushed to help him, but it was too late. By the time they reached him, the lion's predatory strength had already claimed his life. The campus community was stunned and horrified, a mix of grief, fear, and disbelief. How could a lion, cared for so intimately, turn so violently on the very man who had ensured its survival? In the aftermath, the university released a statement. The lion responsible had been put down, yet questions lingered. Was it a tragic mistake, a lapse in caution, or the awakening of an instinct buried deep within the lion's nature? But this tragedy was the result of a simple, tragic mistake. A door had been left unlocked due to a moment of distraction. Students and staff recalled Olawuyi's kindness, his dedication to the animals, and his willingness to share knowledge with those who visited the zoo. To them, the idea of such a brutal end was unthinkable. The vice-chancellor of the university, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamir, expressed his sorrow and called for a thorough investigation. If this story intrigued and moved you, then share and subscribe for more true horror stories.